Yeah, I never wanted to play the fucker.
Hey! It's your favorite, most superest, duperest, crazy clown, Baron Von Laugho! What a night we have in store for you. A night of chills and thrills and candy.
In 2015, my friends and I were going to make a feature called Baron Von Laugho's Halloween Spookathon, and it was going to be like a kind of creep show type of movie where there's a host and he delivers 3 short horror films, and the host was going to be a killer clown. I was kind of inspired by like Captain Spaulding and Twisty the Clown from American Horror Story, and there's also this like clown commercial, old cereal commercial. Anyways, I was inspired by those 3 kind of things to have like my own clown character, and I just love clowns, so I kind of wrote it with that and came up with the character of Laugho. And originally I didn't want to play the clown, but we're a skeleton crew and it just was easier for me to do the part. Plus I knew I could be there, and we didn't know how many days of shooting that character was going to take, so it was just easier for me to play the character, especially since we had such a quick schedule starting off with that feature to try and get it done before that following October. Of course, that's not the way it happened, and the production turned into a complete nightmare. But creating Laugho was fun, and that first day of being Laugho on the set and filming all of his scenes for that film were a lot of fun, and I think the best part of filming our feature. I've already talked pretty extensively about how much of a nightmarish shoot that was, and if anyone's really interested, they can check out this documentary called Scary Doesn't Really Matter. You can find it on the special edition Blu Ray of Baron Von Laugho's Halloween Spookathon, or if you have Amazon Prime, it's free on there for subscribers, and that goes more into the details of how hard that shoot was, and as first time feature filmmakers, how hard we got knocked onto our asses. But yeah, I never really wanted to play Laugho, and then one of the coolest things to come out of finishing that feature and having people see it is just getting compliments about the character. And some of the positive feedback I get a lot of the time with the feature is either they love the Carvers segment or that they wish the clown had more screen time, because he only has maybe like five minutes altogether. Maybe 10 would be stretching it in that first feature. But that's where Laugho was born, and I did the makeup myself. I did a few makeup tests, but it wasn't until the day before we shot his scenes for that I actually came up with the final makeup for him, and we shot it and we got the project done almost a year later. And it's not perfect by any means, and there's a lot of flaws in it and things that from the script, I mean, if you looked at the original script to the completed project, it's so vastly different, so many different things we had to rewrite, and but I'm proud of it, and I'm really proud of that character and what he's become. And as I've done other projects and other short films, I've had a lot of people pay compliment to the Laugho character and say that I should bring him back. So it wasn't until I got involved with Witching Season Films and their feature film They Live Inside Us, the director of that, Michael Baloff, he really kind of complimented the Laugho character and really inspired me to maybe do more with him. So after that is when I actually wrote and shot the first episode of Sharp Candy. Originally, it was just a short film at the time. It wasn't meant to be the first episode of a series, and that's Janie's Night. But yeah, we shot that, and that was the short film that I really came to realize that I love this character, and I'd love to do as much with him as possible, because when you get away from the found footage aspect of Baron Von Laugho's Halloween Spookathon, I realized there's a lot of fun to be had with this character in a more fictional narrative that isn't found footage. And we finished that, and we put that out that following October, again, because we didn't think it was going to be the first episode of a series, and it was just titled Sharp Candy. And I got a lot of positive feedback about the character, and I mean, there's all sorts of killer clowns out there and horror movie clowns, and I know this is just another one of those, but I got a lot of positive feedback from it, and I just had so much fun playing him that tied in with a couple of other things is what made me decide to do a entire season and have these 4 short horror stories all kind of intertwined through little ways, but also be their own stories. You know, you could watch just one of them and be fine and not have to watch the rest, and you could feel satisfied because each short is its own individual story.
Trick or treat! Happy Halloween, guys!
So after that, I started writing the rest of the season, and I had always wanted to do a kind of spiritual sequel to the Spookathon. So I had this idea in my head for a long time, even before Janie's Night came around, and that was to do a Baron Von Laugho's Christmas special. But I wanted it to be more of a joke, more of like we get it. Nobody likes the Spookathon. Nobody would want a Christmas special, and that's where I had a lot of fun with that. And that was, I think that was actually the most fun I've had with Laugho. I shot that almost entirely by myself, like in a room by myself, and dressed as Laugho. And I redid my entire living room to look like this kind of cheap Christmas set. And I wrote it from the perspective of, like, if Laugho wrote himself a Christmas special and starred and acted in it. And so it's kind of fun, I think, and it's more of a comedy than a horror short. It's only about 30 minutes long, whereas the Spookathon is 60 minutes. And I just think the Christmas special is a lot of fun. It's got some very dark and comedy that's not really politically correct, but it's fun, and it's just supposed to be a stupid Christmas special from a really twisted, demented, evil clown. And I finished that, actually, I started filming that right after Janie's Night, and I put that out, and then I've done a few other little videos of Laugho here and there. Like I did a Valentine's Day Blu Ray ad for my YouTube channel, and another ad somewhere, and around the same time as Janie's Night, I think I also filmed a funny little Laugho reads Halloween puns video, and that was just for fun. That was just because I was already in the makeup, and it was just like, hey, let's get some content while I'm already in this makeup. And so yeah, I've done quite a few film projects and just little videos as Laugho, and now with Sharp Candy, he's in 2 episodes, Janie's Night and then Toel Road. And the script for Toel originally started out as kind of a parody of the movie Terrifier, which I love. I think it's great, and that character of Art the Clown is just amazing. But I kind of realized that there's too many killer clowns out there. There really is. And even though mine might be a little bit different and have my personality, I realized that it's just so oversaturated that I can't really see Laugho the Clown finding any space in the crowd. So I just wanted to do my character a justice and send him off the right way, which I think I do with Toel Road. Granted, if a studio or somebody high up wants to throw a budget at me or greenlight a feature, I'll definitely bring the character back. I have some ideas that take place in the past before the continuity of Sharp Candy that I think would be a lot of fun and really different kind of horror movie, more like Todd Browning's Freaks, and kind of like the origins of Laugho and his Dementis Circus, which I would have loved to have shown in Sharp Candy, because there actually is a whole backstory to the character that I've come up with and his carnival family, but that's something that couldn't be explored unless I had a budget to do so. So as of right now, with Sharp Candy, I kind of view it as my goodbye to the Laugho character. That's why in Toel you see me set the hat down. It's just meant to symbolize me saying goodbye to a character. And I know nobody really cares. I mean, nobody knows who the Laugho character is, but my hopes is that if anybody ever does come across my work, or if my work does ever gain momentum and viewership, that they'll see a lot of passion poured into just everything about my films. From playing Laugho, I hope they'll see the energy and the care and just the drive to try and do something different and trying to do something that's fun in a world where killer clowns are just a dime a dozen. And I like to imagine that a lot of killer clowns, they're evil or they just murder people. I like to imagine or like to think about that Laugho just exists solely to just fuck with you. Even if he doesn't kill you, he just wants to. If he can just drive you out of your fucking mind, then that's a win for him. And I think that he actually has a really tragic backstory. Like I said, if I ever got the chance to explore that, that would be a dream come true. But with Sharp Candy and all the projects I've done, I think I've displayed a very interesting, different type of killer clown character, hopefully. And I think with Sharp Candy, I finally was able to give Laugho the story and the film that he deserved. The Spookathon we kind of faltered on. The Christmas special was more of a joke. But with Janie's Night and Toel back to back, I think you really get a good feel for the character and what fun could be had with that character. And who knows? I mean, as of right now, I think this will probably be the last time I play Laugho and do any kind of project with him. Might have some winks and nods in future projects of mine, whether I stay small time or if I get the opportunity to make a big budget feature. But for now, I feel pretty happy with what I've been able to create. And I can tell you I won't miss putting on that makeup. That's for damn sure. I think that was always the worst part, because it's just oil-based and it's just hard to take off, and it's just always a pain in the ass to put on. And the costume, I only have one, and if I had a budget, of course, I'd have a wardrobe department that makes several, but I've only had the one, so any rips and tears and blood stains have had to just stay. And I think that's kind of the charm of independent filmmaking and low-budget filmmaking. And yeah, but I never, it's funny to be here 4 years later from when I first came up with Laugho, and just how I never wanted to originally play him. And here I am now, like 4 films with him, 1 feature, and then about 3 shorts, 2 of them being part of the series, and just a smattering of other little fun videos. And I mean, if it wasn't for Laugho, I wouldn't have Sharp Candy. And I don't think I would have made as many of the friends I have now, like Michael at Witching Season, or some of the people that have helped me with Sharp Candy, who I've met, just kind of met through seeing my work and wanting me to be a part of what they were doing. And yeah, so in closing, I hope if anything, if anyone watches my work, they just see the passion and the care and the love that was put into it. It might not be the best looking stuff, technically it might be extremely flawed, but I think we've always had a solid story, or at least a good blueprint that lays out what we can do. And I think with Laugho, if anything, if anyone has the time to see the Spookathon and the Christmas special and even the documentary about the making of the Spookathon, they'll see that we're just really a team of passionate people that just love creating. I mean, we don't make a tremendous amount of money off of this. I mean, not really any at all. But that's secondary. That doesn't really, I could never make a dime off any of this stuff, and I would still do it just because I love to do it. As much as I hate wearing that fucking clown makeup, I've just loved doing it. I've loved bringing that character to life. I've loved creating. I've loved writing and seeing people get passionate about the script and show up and deliver a performance. And I mean, nothing's more gratifying than at the end when you've edited it and you show it to your cast and your crew, and everyone gets to see what their hard work went into, flaws and all. It's just always, it's always a nice feeling of hey, we did this, and it wouldn't exist if we all didn't put the passion and care and love that we did. So people can knock it all they want, but at the end of the day, we did it. And that's what I can say about Laugho and my time playing him, and what I hope his legacy will kind of be if anybody ever finds my work and follows it and goes back and sees how things connect and how one thing led to another. And I just hope that they'll just see that hey, maybe you can be your own fucking crazy killer clown, or make your own stupid fucking low budget feature and say fuck it. Who cares? I mean, you should care about how it turns out, but you should ultimately just be proud if you're able to finish it, because that's always the hardest part, is just getting it done. But I mean, if I can make a stupid fucking feature that's kind of like a creep show, Blair Witch kind of mix rip-off thing, and that leads to what I'm doing now with Sharp Candy and other projects, then by God, you can fucking do anything. So thank you everyone for your support, and if you've seen some of Laugho's other work, or if you've seen some of my other short films that doesn't involve him at all, thank you for your support. I really hope you love Sharp Candy, and if not, hey, it's not for everyone, that's for sure, but I think you'll see that we tried to have a lot of fun with Sharp Candy, as much as our budget would allow us, and as much as our time and our schedules would let us do so. So it's all about having fun. If you're if you're an independent filmmaker and you're in this to make money right off the bat, you might as well go be a production assistant on a bigger set, unless you have the budget. But most of the time, it should just be about having fun. It's going to come with stress. There's going to be an enormous amount of stress making from even if you're just making a 5-minute short film to a 90-minute feature. I think all filmmakers kind of go through the same struggles and the same stresses and the same frustrations, but it should just be about having fun. You're getting to create. You live in a time where you can just pick up any kind of camera and film something and edit it and put something out there and make it your own. And that's something that should be cherished. That should be viewed as a privilege, and you shouldn't have a big head about it. You should just create, pour yourself into it, and just stand back and kind of let it become its own thing and just be proud of it. Because you had fun. You got to create. So that's what we did with Sharp Candy, and that's what we've done with every other project that I've been a part of. And we're just going to keep going. Whether it's another season of Sharp Candy down the road or maybe a feature. Like I always say, we're never going to stop trying. How'd that look?